Hello and welcome back to another week of me reading and living my life. Thank you to YouTube for being my diary and thank you to everybody who follows me around and looks at what I'm doing with my life. Really do appreciate it while I'm still somehow completely in awe that actually people are watching this. All right, what's the plan for this week? I will be traveling again. I'm so looking forward to get out of my house. If you have been following my channel a little bit, you know that I am traveling for work. I have a travel at home ratio of like 50% of my working time, but due to the coronavirus situation, all travel was stopped in March. And it felt really weird for the past few months not to be traveling. And I have gotten more and more, there's a word in German, it's the opposite of homesick. It's called Fernweh. It's the longing to go away. 2 weeks ago, I was at this concert and a car cinema, and I drove to a city that is a little bit further away for this, and I slept in my car, and I fell in love with sleeping in my car again. I did this when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, but I haven't done it since. Well, maybe pulled over on a road when I was too tired and napped for a few hours, but not like literally slept in my car like full on. And I miss it. I love the freedom that it brings. I love the flexibility, and I just love having a tiny home that I'm bringing with me. I never was much into like the huge RVs because they are so like bulky and everything, but with my tiny car, I'm loving it. So yeah, I am about to get out on the road again, exploring Europe. First, we're going to be in Germany for a couple of days, and I'm considering going to the south of France. After that, I want to see the sea. I want to be where it's nice and warm and sunny and holiday-ish. And since the borders have just opened again, it is possible again. So I'm going to be living in my car for at least a week, most likely 2 weeks, potentially 3 weeks. And if my son is okay with it, potentially 4 weeks. Still need to do some work here at home. I have this week off work, so I can enjoy just traveling, but then the weeks after I'm going to be working from my car or from like public places. Really want to do this within the next 2 hours. I wish I could leave within the next 2 hours. But before I go into that, my coffee is going through at the same time while we're speaking. The mail just came and the boutique box, BP by Boutique, just arrived. This is a Korean beauty box, and this box costs me around 30 euros. I believe ships from the US. So somehow they're gathering these items in the US and then they're shipping it from there. I have never ever had any problems with customs with this. They're doing something right. The 30 euros is with shipping, so that's awesome. The May box 2020 is happy at home. What I love about this box is that we're always getting these like full size products. And I think we always get like one accessory, tool, or whatever. Oh, by the way, they also have a mask subscription service where you get 9 masks every month. So the first thing is a body cream, an avocado body cream. I already have so many body creams. I don't really need this. I wish they would concentrate on other things in these boxes, but this is supposed to be a $14 box, which I absolutely find reasonable. Avocado deeply penetrates the skin to nourish, soft and hydrate. Yeah, I agree. So we already have half our box in there. Then Phyto 7 lip, eye and makeup remover pads. This is supposed to cost $8.50, which I find incredibly expensive for this kind of like small package of wipes. Peach flower extract revitalizes and brightens up the skin. I'm going to take these on my trip. I have a lot of like wet wipes, but I'm taking these to try and see if they're any different. Then we have a Special Solution Good Night White Sleeping Mask by Maison. This is supposed to cost $16, and yes, I'm absolutely agreeing with that value. It's a sleep mask that works overnight to brighten the look of skin, leaving it looking more radiant, translucent, and hydrated. It's pretty much a glorified night lotion. I love that they have these thingies up here because that means they don't dry out. This has white mulberry root extract. I have never used white mulberry root extract Then we have a body peeling spray. I have a couple of body peeling sprays already as well. This costs $15 and yes, I'm okay with that valuation. Use this product once a week in place of an exfoliator. I would desperately need a serum or a... Well, I'm getting a serum from my brand, so I'm good with that, but I need an ampoule, I need an essence. Then this is the accessory. This just looks like an eye mask. There's nothing better than looking cute while getting a good night's sleep. This eye mask is super soft and very comfortable to wear, so I don't really need an eye mask. I don't use it while traveling. This is funny. See this woman, she's working on a computer while wearing the eye mask. It's like, okay, I don't know what this woman is doing either. This one's on a plane, this one's sleeping, but this doesn't make sense and I don't know what she's doing. This is supposed to cost $8 and I'm okay with that valuation. It seems like it's a little bit of a better material, but I don't need it. And then we have a shiny soft foot peeling mask. After removing, rinse your feet with warm water. Your dead skin cells will start peeling away in 1 week. Oh yeah, this is that crazy shit where your skin just falls off and it looks like crazy when it's actually peeling off. I mean, I love the immediate result right after it peels off, but it's such a slow process that I feel like it's still peeling off in places while it's already going back to the way it was before in other places. So this is not my first choice. So, but this mask was supposed to cost $5. We have a total value of $58 without this, but I don't think that $8.50 is reasonable for this. So I would place this box at $60 and I paid $30. I'm happy. Let's get my coffee and let's get cracking because I want to leave soon. So my taxes are finally filed. I have been pushing this off for way too long simply because there was so much work and I didn't want to do the work. But it's finally done. I am on the road again. I'm currently looking with my friend if it is still feasible for me to go to her house. I need to see the doctor real quick and get my B12 shot, and I'm waiting for my friend in the meantime to send me her address, and then I'll see when I can be at her house. And then I want to find a nice place to sleep along the river potentially, or in like a nice rural area. I don't know yet, but yeah, I'm going to be listening to Carry On the way. I haven't talked to you about my reading plans because well, I pretty much tried to pack a month worth reading material. What do I want to read this week? I want to read Wildland, which is a Once Upon a Book Club book. I want to read The Name of the Wind, which I'm making a book box of for Sabrina. And I want to read Jane the Sinner, which is another book that I want to make a book box of for Sarah. I want to read Not Hungry, and I think the other one was it Wake? Oh, there's 2 arcs that I want to read, and then I want to read Gone with the Wind, which I have as an ebook. I think this is everything that I want to read until the end of June, so not only this week but the 2-3 days next week. I think that's it. I think I didn't forget anything, hopefully. I will now start listening to Carry On because I have that as a traveling book, but I also have that as an audiobook, and I feel like this might be my best, like the best one to get into. I'm a little bit tired, didn't sleep much last night. All right, so let's get my shot and then let's get on the road. So I arrived at my friend's house and I just realized that the video where I was taping the box that I created for her did not save properly. We are going to completely rely on her sending us pictures of the things. So if you want to know what I put into her box, keep fingers crossed that she's gonna share. So this is the box, and all I can show you is this. morning, my lovelies. There's just something so, I don't know if liberating is the right word, but there's just something about washing your face in the morning in a creek that gets me super excited. Well, getting super excited is probably not the right word either, but it wakes me up completely differently. I feel way more ready for the day, excited for the day. I don't know, it's just something about it that I totally love. It's just fresher and I love it. And I'm gonna see if I can get a cup of coffee. I just don't feel like making myself the coffee today, and then I will just find a place to read. So I have arrived in a parking lot. There was this information that one can go swimming here, and there's this like really beautiful area. One could actually get down to the water. This is pretty. I really like it here. It was so hot all day. I'm going to need some like cooling down, some swimming. But it's actually cooling down right now. I would love to see if there's a place where I can get to the water so I can at least wash up. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow morning at a gas station. But I prefer to do that here. So found a place to park. Got my toiletry bag and everything. Might be doing some laundry. This looks really slippery here. Whoa, I'm in the water. Damn, this is cold, nice. And this is where we are at. Welcome to my bathroom. Also, the reality of this, I am going to sit in a creek and do my laundry. I don't know what it is. There's just something so liberating about getting ready in a creek, or getting like cleaned up in a creek. I cannot explain it. There's just something about it. I should have gone over here. I can probably even swim here. But there's a sign up there saying that there's like this danger and you shouldn't be going too close to this thingamajig. So I was good where I was. All right, I'm starting to freeze. Let's get back to the car and start putting some notes into Carry On. I think I'm 3/4 to 4/5 through, and I need to reflect a little on what I have read to make up my mind about how I feel about this book. So I kind of want to do that right now. So let's get back to the car and do that. Good evening. I'm in my little car. It is super cozy. I think it doesn't even translate on to camera how super cozy this is. Closing my little curtains, getting ready for the night. I don't think it translates how amazingly cozy this is. I love it. I started reading Carry On. I was actually listening to it, and for some reason I did not think that this was going to be what this is. What I expected is a semi-contemporary love story between two boys. Simon Snow is the worst chosen one who's ever been chosen. What I did not think about and what I didn't realize is that this actually has magic in it, and it has a little bit of a Harry Potter setting vibe, saying we have like contemporary muggles and a magical school, which is quite elitist. It sounds a little bit more witty than Harry Potter, a little bit more of a fun take on it. We're following a chosen one who is just not good at being the chosen one and has like this super nemesis, and the nemesis doesn't even show up. I'm struggling to get into this a little bit because I think
the audiobook, I wasn't able to fully concentrate on everything, so I think I'm on page 123. I will need to reread a few things. So I think tomorrow morning what I'm going to do is I will go through the notes that people have, put in my own notes, and then hopefully I have something to say about this book. Right now I'm super tired. This reading light is perfect. I am so well prepared this time around. I love it. I'm just gonna go to bed and read more of this tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the day tomorrow. Good night.
Morning. I'm on my way to my bathroom, which is this beautiful creek that you can hear in the background, going back in where I was yesterday. So I'm almost done with Carry On. I'm liking it, and I'm trying to find some ways to talk about it. So let me freshen up and then I will talk about Carry On.
A few moments later.
So let's talk Carry On. So Carry On follows Simon, who is a magician and who is supposed to be the chosen one. And he is on his last year in magic school, and he is rooming with, for the whole time, for the whole years, with his arch enemy, the villain, the evil one. He has a girlfriend, he has a best friend. He is supposed to kill, I think it's kill, not just get rid of, this mystical creature that is creating holds of no magic in the UK. There's also a war going on. When you start reading this, it feels like there are a lot of parallels to Harry Potter, which I think is on purpose. And what I found out later is that this is the magical world that Fangirl, also by Rainbow Rowell, is fangirling about. In Fangirl we have this silly magical world. It's just being briefly touched on, I believe. I never read Fangirl. It's still on my list. What do I see that might put people off? I think that the characters can come off as flat, and I think that the pacing, that nothing much is happening for a long time, and it might just be a little bit slow. So why do I still enjoy it? To me, it feels like it is some sort of parody, satiric take on the chosen one in magic school setting. It is kind of making a lot of things that annoyed me a lot in Harry Potter, is making them right. So for example, we don't just have a villain. The lines are getting blurrier and blurrier the more you go on. You have a morally and practically non-perfect chosen one. I think it's advertised as he's the worst chosen one ever, and I like that. I like that he is not this perfect little boy meddling with things, who is intervening, who has his own agenda. It's always this not perfect setting. I love Baz. He has snark, he has sass, he has some of these characteristics that we see in villains. He is exactly written how I want somebody in an origin story to be written. Still has the snark, still has the sass, still has all these comments and the way of talking and thinking. He's not just pure evil, or he doesn't just have a trauma and then turns evil. I still have another roughly 100 pages to go, and then I desperately need to start this baby. So I will be starting The Name of the Wind finally, after years of wanting to read it, and this will be another book box for somebody in the Goodreads group. I know very little about this book. I know like one prompt about like this following the villain, which I'm super excited about, but also a little bit cautious because the last two villain backstories, origin stories, were kind of disappointing, and I hope that this is just following the villain and it's just good. I absolutely love when you open up the book. On the hardcover inside here is the perfect teaser. It says, "My name is Croth. I have stolen princesses back from sleeping Barrow kings. I burned down the town of Trebon. I've spent the night with Felurian and left with both my sanity and my life. I was expelled from the university at a younger age than most people are allowed in. I tread paths by moonlight that others fear to speak of during the day. I have talked to God's loved women and written songs that make the minstrels weep." Let's get started. We briefly drove through France today, and we're now in Switzerland. Looking forward to see my friend who just had a baby. I'm assuming that she won't want to be filmed on camera either. I desperately need to get some friends who want to be filmed, so it's not only me. But yeah, and then let's see what Switzerland has to offer for us.
So I have finished Carry On today on my way, and my overall feeling of the book hasn't changed to what I've said earlier. The only thing that I just wanted to emphasize again is that even though I was talking about it being sort of a parody because it made so many things, it just did so many things right, that I felt like other books were doing wrong. So it became a satire for me. It wasn't written quite seriously. I really enjoyed it. I am giving it 4 out of 5 stars because it was fun. The only thing that I felt like was removing a star is that the pacing was a little off. In the beginning it was quite slow, and some things were like just, ugh, come on, let something happen already. And then in the end, climax came too sudden, and it was like boom, 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 and onto the epilogue, kind of. I was like, wow, that was a little bit quick, and the turnaround was a little bit quick. I was a little bit annoyed by the obsession the 2 boys had for each other, but I like the content. I have started Gone with the Wind right on schedule, and I have spent half an hour this morning reading 8 pages in The Name of the Wind. Anyways, I'm going to continue reading a little bit, and then hopefully by midnight I want to be asleep, because at 8 a.m. I want to be up, kind of. Good morning. I just wanted to get ready to go back to the lake to take a swim because, well, parking lot is empty, so I was like, yay, not a lot of people there. Along came a school class. I'm like, I know. Oh, by the way, something tried to break into my car tonight. What the hell? Anyways, I'm getting ready to leave. Made myself some nice breakfast. Now I'm gonna have a cold brew. This is food. Let's see if I'm gonna make it to south of France. That will be a 6-hour drive, and I don't know if I want to drive that much. So 6 hours of Gone with the Wind is probably not the worst. But I also just wanted to kick back, relax in a beautiful spot and read for a while. So let's see if I can find a spot like that on the way where I can just camp out for an hour or 2. Let's just get going for now. So I was looking for some healthy food, and I just felt like I need some good nutrition in my body. And I found this beautiful vegetarian place, and I was like, yes, vegetarian place. I should get some good nutrition there. And I just got a pancake with goat's cheese, honey. Last time I was at a restaurant, it looked like I didn't eat 90% of the food. It's kind of embarrassing in a way, because the people, the waiters and such, they just don't believe that you're eating so little. They think there's something wrong with the food. And as much as you're saying, no, everything's fine, I just don't eat that much, they're really like apologetic and everything, and it's so sad in a way, because it's me, it's not the food. The food is wonderful, I want to eat it later. So yeah, getting things for takeaway is much easier, I guess. I'm enjoying it. It's quite interesting to hear everything in this setting, including having like what was the etiquette, how women were supposed to behave, how much they were doing compared to the men, and all these kinds of things. It's weird. It's really weird, but it's fun as well. So I don't know. Excited to see where this is going. All right, back at the car with this beautiful view. I'm gonna kick back, have some food, maybe read for half an hour, and then continue on into the mountains. So this is perfection. I'm here all alone It was a really small hike, and then I'm just out here. It's awesome. Can go down in the water. Let's see how cold it is. It's sandy floor. Kind of looks like it hasn't been used in a while, so I don't know. Let's see. So I am ready for bed. It's super cozy. It's so beautiful. This freaking world is so breathtaking, and every country has a breathtaking side to it, and I just love being able to explore and see everything, and I hope I can explore and see a lot more. I just enjoy this so much. Anyways, I'm lying here in France, just after the Swiss border. Checked what I read in Gone with the Wind today while driving, and I was super surprised that I only read roughly like 70 pages. Like, what? I've been listening for what it feels like hours, but the speed must have been so slow. It's gonna take me forever to get through this book if I'm listening like that. But now it's really peaceful. I'm on page 30 in The Name of the Wind. I'm super intrigued. It's super fun. I'm going to continue reading at least as long as there's light. Sadly, the sun's going down, so I think it's going to be dark within half an hour. By the way, the sunset is the most beautiful thing ever. So it is the most beautiful thing ever, and I'm so grateful that I'm here. It is so amazing. Yeah, everything just is so calm, so relaxed, and I just enjoy reading right now. Hopefully I can go to sleep between 11 and 12 again. I've never been an early riser, but I was kind of hoping I will become an early riser in the car, and this morning I slept enough and I got up at 7:30, and I'm hoping it's going to be similar here. This little cafe thingamajig, they make their own cheese and have their own like meat and stuff, amazing food. They open up at 8 a.m. in the morning so I can get a coffee, and then I might go for a hike in this area. I need to move before I go and drive again. I'm never gonna make it to the sea like this, but it's so stunning. By the way, I think something bit me. Look at this, like, this is really big. Calms down tomorrow. Let's not waste the last bits of light.
The next day.
I just did that. Yes! I hope this is the only reason why this road is blocked. So I looked at the road and it looked like the first bit was closed and I wanted to take another route, but I couldn't find the path to the other one and I just automatically ended up on this one that is locked. So I'm hoping this is the reason why. If not, I'm gonna turn around. So I think I arrived at my spot. I went swimming. Now I'm just making some dinner and then I will be retiring into my bedroom, which is the back seat, and read The Name of the Wind. I have continued listening to Gone with the Wind throughout the drive. I wasn't listening to my hike because I was concentrating on not falling. Hardest hikes that I ever did. I think this, in my mind, this is what the Appalachian Trail is like on a good day with like climbing and some spots where there was no trail. It was fun. It was a challenge and it was fun and I loved it. I am so hungry today after this hike. Went to a shopping center, got some veggies and everything, so I'm really looking forward to having some choices. I think I'm done for the day. The only thing that sucks is that for my Korean class I used my mobile hotspot and that really drained my batteries. I finally made it to the sea. Oh, you cannot believe how much I needed this. It is crazy how packed it is though. Looks like I'm stranded and I am such a stupid. I really wanted to go into the sea, but I couldn't find anybody who would take my bag and look after it, and they all pointed me towards a service where you can put bags at, but the service told me that due to COVID-19 it's closed. It sounds kind of ridiculous when the beach is completely flowing over with people. I went into the sea, had the key for the car in my hand, and it did get wet. When I came back, my car doesn't start anymore. I called my AAA, I think it's in English, but because I don't have coverage for France, I have to pay everything myself. And they told me because it's Saturday evening, the garages aren't open anymore anyways. I can pay service to be towed, and then I can pay service to be towed to a garage on Monday again, so being towed twice. I do not want to know how much money that is going to cost, because that just scares me so much. I can't even close my windows. So I guess I'm staying here for 2 days. So I actually have friends that are now on their way to meet me, to get me the key. It's an 11-hour drive, and I don't know how I can ever thank these friends. Anyways, I'm mentally really exhausted. I'm in my car, it's hot. I am in such a public parking spot that I don't want to open up everything because there's cars right next to me, as you can probably see. Right now I'm trying to read a little bit in the Name of the Wind. I might have to push this into next month. I'm currently thinking if I should just start Wildland, which is the Once Upon a Book Club box book that I wanted to read this week. I need better power banks, and I need more backup solutions because my mobile is almost it's like at 50%, and it needs to stay alive for another 11 hours. Morning. It is 6 a.m. The parking lot is quite empty. This has been a super scary night, to be honest. Loud, a lot of people for a long time in the night. A few people just very shady. But I'm so surprised that right now the beach is so empty. Right now the temperature is so nice, but I know it's not gonna last. So this is a good example how not to judge people. So there was this guy, I felt he was like super creepy because he parked right next to me in this like empty parking lot, and that's the only reason I felt like he was creepy. I didn't see him, so I didn't judge him by his looks or anything, just because he parked right next to me in an empty parking lot and just stood in his car breathing, and I didn't feel like, oh my god, I can move or anything. And he just he talked to me, asked me why I'm parked here, and look at this, he just brought this, so nice. Just started talking to me, asking me why I was sleeping in my car, and I told him my car is broken and I can't leave my car, and he offered to get a friend who fixes cars. I told him it's the key and it's short-circuited and I need to get to the garage. I didn't tell him my friends are coming. He left with the keys, sent this picture to his friend and said to wait until 9 o'clock, and then he just came back and brought breakfast. And I'm stunned at the generosity. I mean, look at all this food. I'm not able to eat all this, but I feel like he got everything. Honestly, I don't even want to eat anything really, because I don't want to have to go to the toilet.
A few moments later.
Okay, I have the spare key. Yes, it's running. My car's running. Oh my god, you cannot believe how crazy happy I am right now. Oh, okay, now I have to find my friends. I had a wonderful day at the beach with my friends. I still cannot believe that they came to bring me a spare key. This is the craziest thing anyone has ever done for me. I'm going back to my car because I am still a little bit like safety issue shock kind of state, where whenever I feel like a person is coming close to me or casting a shadow or anything, I'm like, oh shit, this person's here to rob me. I totally know that's not true, but I get these small adrenaline kicks every single time a person is moving close to me, and the beach is so crowded. So the tour now being at the beach, trying to sleep for a couple of hours. I'm going to check out a supermarket haul or something, and I'm hoping to have Wi-Fi there and electricity to work tomorrow. If so, this is where I'm gonna stay and close down the week. Reading took a hit today, but that's okay. It's 1 a.m. This is so loud here.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So this is it for this week. I found a really nice place to sleep. I feel safe and alone and no people, which is so soothing for me right now. And I will go to sleep. I might watch some YouTube before I sleep. Good night and see you next week. Bye.